Hey everybody, AJ here for another Top 5s video. Before we get started, be sure to like and subscribe for more Marauder content. Let's do this. 2023 looks to be an amazing year for Star Wars, maybe one of the best ever. This got us thinking, what are some of the best Star Wars years? I've thought about this, and I'm here to tell you my top 5. I chose these years based on the combination of content released in that particular year and the impact of that year on Star Wars. Number 5, 2005. Star Wars made a massive splash in '05, and not just because of the grand finale of the prequel trilogy, Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. The gaming world of Star Wars saw a plethora of gems like Battlefront 2, the first LEGO Star Wars game, and Republic Commando. It was also the prime of the online MMO Star Wars Galaxies, with the expansions Rage of the Wookiees and Trials of Obi-Wan releasing. Also, is it just me, or does anyone else miss the old marketing campaigns and dumb commercials Star Wars would do? Number 4, 2015. The announcement and release of Episode 7, The Force Awakens, revived Star Wars, and whether you like it or not, it's the reason we have what we have today in hit shows like Andor and The Mandalorian. Heck, there may not be HoloNet Marauders without the year 2015. The fall and holiday season was just magical that year, with the first Force Friday, the release of a new Battlefront game, although it wasn't that great in my opinion, and that famous Force Awakens trailer on Monday Night Football. Classic. All of this ultimately led to the amazing night of The Force Awakens premiere. You've probably heard me say it before, but it was the best time I've ever had in a movie theater, and it won't be beat. Once again, whether you like it or not, the franchise was pretty much dead, and the year 2015 brought it back to being relevant. Number 3, 1999. Well, I just went off on how 2015 was a revival of Star Wars. 99 was pretty much the same. Returning to the big screen for the first time in 16 years, Star Wars was huge, and Lucasfilm knew it. I feel like the lead up to The Phantom Menace was the biggest marketing campaign any franchise had ever done. Everywhere you looked, it was Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, with that beautiful gold logo. Fast food places, snack packaging, Pepsi machines. You could say it was a marketing invasion. Another massive win for Star Wars was that they essentially saved Lego with a new partnership with the brick building toy company. Seriously though, it's a cool story. Go check it out if you can. The Phantom Menace has by far the most video games attached to it compared to the other films, with 9 games, although most of those came out in 2000 or 2001. The two that did come out in 99 were The Phantom Menace game that we all know and love, and Episode 1 Racer. Two classics if you ask me. 99 kicked off the phenomenon that was the prequel trilogy, and although they may not have been received well at the time, we look back fondly on them now. I certainly look back at 1999 as a super fun year for Star Wars. Hey, it was pretty much when I got into Star Wars, and it was the first time I'd seen a Star Wars film in theaters. That's big. Number 2, 2019. The times before the pandemic and all the craziness in the world. Although 2019 wasn't long ago, I definitely feel nostalgic over it already. Early that year, Star Wars Celebration took place in Chicago, and Lucasfilm unveiled a lot. The hype was real with the trailer for the final chapter of the Skywalker saga, Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker, a look at both The Mandalorian and Jedi Fallen Order, and a look at Galaxy's Edge at Disney. When the fall rolled around, we had Triple Force Friday with more marketing for Tross, Fallen Order, and Mando. It was only a few weeks later that the entire world, not just Star Wars, was shook by the arrival of Grogu. He was just Baby Yoda at the time. And let's be real, he still is Baby Yoda to most people. Ever since that day, toy aisles have been illuminated by light green plushies and toys of the alien baby. Fallen Order may just be the greatest Star Wars game of all time, and the end of the year, we got the emotional ending to the Skywalker saga. All of this content came within a matter of weeks of each other, and I didn't even mention the opening of Bot 2. I really believe 2019 changed so many lives for Star Wars fans, from seeing the franchise shift to live-action TV in The Mandalorian to physically immersing yourself in a Star Wars location, role-playing with characters, and flying the Millennium Falcon. The year was a massive stepping stone for what's to come for Star Wars. Before we get to our number 1 year, here are some honorable mentions. 1980, 1991, 2008, and 2022. Number 1, 1977, the birth year of Star Wars. A piece of me feels weird putting a year I wasn't even alive during at number 1, but it really is the biggest and most important year in Star Wars history. Nerds and non-nerds flocked to the theaters over this soon-to-be iconic film. It was literally a must-see for people. It was an event. If I could time travel, I would certainly go back to experience this. People were going nuts after what they had seen. Now, the other things like toys, games, books, and whatnot didn't come until the following years, but with the premiere of Star Wars alone, 1977 takes the cake at number 1. I mentioned earlier that the impact played a role in my decision. There's no bigger impact than where it all started. So, what'd you think of my list? What are some of your favorite years in Star Wars? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. Once again, be sure to like and subscribe for more Marauder content. May the Force be with you, and I'll see you on the HoloNet.